did you say?
Okay, today's calling out is bringing you some East Coast goodness. We have psychic mediums to the stars and beyond, Melissa Cubillas and Jae Rae, along with multi-hyphenated sisters, Renee and Jennifer Graziano.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello.
First, I'd like to. I'm not going to invite. I'm skipping some stuff here. So I want to tell you a little bit about these two ladies. Gosh, this is a long intro. Jennifer is the creative force and executive producer behind the pop culture phenomenon Mob Wives and owner of Just Jenn and Bridgetown Street Productions. And I've never met her before, and I'm very excited to have her in my studio in New York. As a creator, executive producer, and writer, she has numerous TV and film partnerships under her belt and has even written a #1 international song, F You Right Back.
Yeah.
Wow.
For R&B artist Frankie. Hi, Caleb. And to hear more about Jenn, you can listen to her podcast, the Straightened Out Podcast, which goes behind the scenes to discuss everything related to the mob.
Well, mostly, and reality shows too.
Yeah, she does. And you can listen to it at straightenedoutpodcast.com, or just go to Apple Podcasts and follow her on Instagram, Just Jenn Productions, and Jenn Graziano on TikTok and X, right? Is that on X as well?
Jenn Graziano on X, and I think it's official Jenn Graziano on TikTok.
TikTok, yeah, everybody loves that. Okay, so Renee, everybody knows Renee, right? Known for her TV show Mob Wives, currently the Crisis podcast, where you can find it on YouTube and all the podcast platforms. She can be seen on numerous reality TV shows where she has undeniably left her mark as a prominent TV personality. She also is the author of 2 books. Wow.
3 books.
3, okay.
3.
All
We
right.
share a book. We have a cookbook together, the How to Use a Meat Cleaver, and then I have an erotic novel, Playing with Fire, and a children's
Oh, I forgot about the children's
Yeah.
book.
So, since I'm also the sound guy today, I'll work on that buzz in a minute. Sorry, Caleb. But, yeah, and you can follow Renee on TikTok at The Real Renee Graziano. Renee has 2 E's. And
Jenn has 2 N's.
Yes.
and on Instagram as Renee Graziano. Yes, Jenn, and The Real Renee. So, yeah, thank you for coming. I really appreciate this.
Thank you for having us.
I did have you on my show. If anybody wants to go to a Vintage Calling Out with Susan Pinsky podcast, I had Renee Graziano on my show, God, in 2014, 2015, something like that. And her spirits by far were the roughest on my house. So I have this thing like before a show, I have electrical problems or I have water problems. Well, her spirits brought me, even though we did the show at Podcast One back in those days, they brought me a broken gate and water pouring into Drew's gym in the garage. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, and I knew that they were really, really good spirits, even though they were fucking with my house. And it cost me like $1,000 after they left. So I just want to let you know.
They were probably crying for me. That one was tears.
That's probably true, for sure.
So anyways, we're going to get started with the show, and I'm going to come back with Medium MC.
Joint and muscle pains are exhausting and frustrating, but I've got a over-the-counter medication I want to introduce you to that provides great relief using the power of, check it out, chili peppers. Capsidin is made with a proprietary formula that contains no non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agents, no opioids, no anesthetic or steroid, nothing, no chance for addiction, no side effects, no chance it's going to interact with other medication you might be taking. Capsidin contains capsaicin, which is the substance in chili peppers that burns your tongue. That gives you that burny feeling. And of course, I've recommended capsaicin creams to patients over the years, but other capsaicin creams burn your skin. That's what makes capsidin so unique. In clinical trials, capsidin has actually been demonstrated not to burn.
I've been using Capsidin to relieve my pain in my hands and my wrist from carpal tunnel syndrome and arthritis. The results have been amazing. I use it every day during my show, and I highly recommend it.
Get the pain relief you need from various sources, even backache, sprains, bruises even. Order now at capsidin.com/Drew to get a 15% discount plus free shipping. That is CAPSADYN, capsidin.com DREW. Many of us have not gotten over COVID. I'm not talking about the virus itself, but the response. We were flabbergasted by what the government could do to us. There is no telling what they might pull next time, and it's looking more like there will be a next time. So we all have to be what I call rationally ready. That's where the wellness company comes in. TWC is about access to physicians via telehealth, access to potentially life-saving medication. Years ago, having access to medication and telehealth might have seemed crazy, but now it seems crazy not to. Now, with claims that gain-of-function research have been done on the bird flu, I urge everyone to take control of their healthcare with the help of the wellness company. Go to drdrew.com/TWC for 10% off all their products, including the 4 medical kits, each of which has a different purpose. And we've added Tamiflu to one of them in case the bird flu does become a problem for humans. Be rationally ready. drdrew.com/TWC for 10% off.
All right, we're back. Okay, there we are. So, as everybody may know, we're in New York City, and I don't have, I'm doing the lighting, the audio, the tech, the production, and whatever you see is all you're going to see, because I can't, I'm only one person here doing 16 jobs. But I would love to introduce MC. She's an internationally recognized medium and friend, Melissa Cubillas, otherwise known as MC for short. MC has been connecting with spirits since she was 3, and she now serves on the board of the Centered Heart Foundation and teaches worldwide. You've seen her on podcasts like This Life with Dr. Drew and networks such as Bravo, Lifetime, NBC Universal. To follow her, you can find her at Instagram, Melissa, 2 S's, MC Medium, or on Facebook, Melissa Cubillas. 2 S's and 2 L's. We have double digits all the way across here. So it must have been a thing in Staten Island, because she is a Staten Island medium. And if you're interested for a reading, you can go to reading with MC at Gmail or text Carrie, but we'll give Carrie's number out later. So also we have another psychic coming on after the break, who's, we're going to follow up with. But first, I'd really like you to look in the camera and say hi to everybody. And I'd like to introduce you to these 2 fabulous women. And I'm pretty sure you know who they are. Nobody, in Staten Island doesn't know who they are. But I tried to keep it as secret as possible. It's hard because the spirits come to Melissa all day long, and she's probably got a bunch of stuff written down that she wants to get right to. So I'm going to have you just do your thing, and thank you.
Good. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, even on the way here, I started picking up stuff, but obviously being snuck in and not seeing them first. Yeah. So, but ladies, I definitely want to. So I started taking notes because he's strong. His energy is very strong. It's funny because it was like China shop and bull.
I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about.
It was just like, and it's funny because he apologized to me before he came into the energy.
Definitely not who I'm thinking. No, I'm kidding.
No, because it was just like, get ready, ready, prepare. Okay. I'll put it that way. Right, thank you. And I also know that he's got a great head of hair, stunning hair, thick. I feel he was actually very proud of this. He said it used to be darker, but it was white when I passed. Okay, thank you. I also get the name Anthony or Tony as a reference to this. However, there's quite, okay, thank you. He's just said, but he feels the honor is who carries the name. Okay, so there's a younger male who carries this forward, right? Thank you. Okay.
Already? She didn't even say anything crazy. She's
Because I know what she's talking about.
Oh my God.
And she just described it and she doesn't even know.
No, I don't. And I'm not a TV person either, so forgive me.
Mike.
And my son has his name.
Oh God. So does, okay, go on. I can't even.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm quite blinded by the pinky ring.
Oh.
Oh, it's him. I told. Okay.
That just like, woo, gleam right in my eye.
Wait, you don't have a pinky ring on right
No,
now.
he does.
Oh,
Buried
his.
with it and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Woo, I got the chills.
Wait, you took
I didn't take it from the casket. No, I have one of his pinky rings.
Yes.
No, he's still got one on.
The
Which
white,
one?
The white gold with the like 5 diamonds with the one in the middle.
Oh, yeah?
And the
You have
center
it?
one is bigger. The
I'm
center
sorry.
one
Yeah,
is
okay,
bigger.
she has it, and now we're gonna fight. Daddy, I want it back.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, goodness. He said nothing's changed.
Yeah, of course not.
He said he's surprised you're not at each other's throats by now. But we're missing one, he's just said. There's an L that's missing. Okay, thank you. But it's interesting because I don't know where she falls, but I almost feel like I'm missing the middle.
No, I'm the middle. She's the older,
Okay,
and her name begins with L.
thank you. What, 4 letters?
Yep.
Short.
Yep.
Thank you, because OLA is, I've just got the A. Okay, thank you. I've got the
LA, it's Lana.
Okay. But why does he speak about there being a 4th?
Oh,
One
Jesus.
that feels like a 4th. But forgive me. It's
Why does he speak about a 4th? We have a cousin that's very close to us.
okay. Thank you. Because
Shut up, Jen.
I don't want to not
Is she living?
yes,
Yes. Okay.
physical.
Yeah.
We're still here.
Okay.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah. Amen.
Pop in at the mic or something. Pop in.
It might be my laughing.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Maybe I was touching the wire. Hang on.
There. Okay, yeah.
You understand though that the 4th that I need to acknowledge?
Yeah, it's my cousin.
Okay.
That would be.
Well, there was also a miscarriage too, so that's why she's asking
living.
if I just was going to relax, get there, and say that's why she's asking.
Wait, what does that say as well?
Baby lost,
Thank you.
miscarriage.
Okay. Because
Holy
I gotta
shit!
go.
I haven't touched on that yet.
Okay, I just got
My God.
But
Okay.
I know that there is one of his with him. Okay. I have to say it. There is
Oh,
one
God,
of
I
his
can't take
with him. He needs you to know that. Right. Thank you. And he wants to take me back. Oh, the 11 is very big around him too. It's funny because I want
That's
to
his
go.
mom.
And mine.
Their mom.
Thank you, because I want to go to 2 things in that month. Okay.
And my granddaughter too.
But one celebratory, one not. Right? So one would be passing or anniversary of passing.
Him
Thank you. Perfect. Okay. And birthday for you
and my granddaughter.
and your
Yeah.
granddaughter. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Did he not meet your granddaughter in the physical? May I tell you that he held her in the spirit world first? But you knew that.
He made her a Scorpio. It wasn't a good move, tell him.
Better than Gemini.
Yeah.
Actually, I have 2 granddaughters. Aside from that one, I have 2 that came early, and one wasn't well. It could be that granddaughter.
Okay.
yeah.
Because I
Thank
know,
you.
yes, I know that he did all he could with that, or the situation with that. Okay. Right. Thank you. Hang on. Okay. So he wants to take me back as well to, oh, this is hilarious. My mom might kill me for this one, but when I was a kid, my grandfather would give me his little book, and there was numbers in there. And I would run this from the candy shop to the Italian club. And all I had to do was put it down. And I would get money.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Yeah. So that's what I'm getting.
Where's that book? Ask him. I could use the money.
I want a cut.
Absolutely.
Did he say that, or did you? Because
No, I just heard that.
It's
Yeah.
him.
I just heard that. I want a cut. I want a cut.
Oh, he wants to cut.
I'll take one too, though. I'm not going to contest that. Thank you. And also, too, okay, he wants to take me back to, very specific about this, but it's like a white brick house. And the doors, for some reason, there's something very, like, industrial feeling about the doors, as though they'd be heavy. Hang on. Did he ever have an animal, but, like, not traditional?
Oh, Jesus.
He had
A stuffed tiger,
He had
a stuffed bear,
a tiger.
a panther.
But, like, legit
Yeah.
used to be living.
Yes, it was a gift to him. Yep. And the doors were big French doors, but they weren't white. They were brown, but maybe they were white before they were painted.
Would the house, though, the facade of the house be like a whitish brick? There's something about that white brick for him.
No, the house wasn't white. It was wood, and at one time.
But that doesn't have to be that house. She's saying there is a house.
He just said not the house when all three of you were home.
Okay, well, hopefully it's
Maybe
the
it was
new
one
house
of
he's
his-
going to get me.
Or maybe it was his childhood house or some house that he lived in. I don't know. We don't know.
I don't
Let's
know.
find out.
Okay, hang on. There's also a female that came for him when he passed, but I'm getting like very short name as well, like Ida.
Oh, Jesus.
I need the D in the middle.
EDA.
Ada.
My grandmother.
Thank you. Because she talks about being. Oh, thank you. And there's another Anthony as well. What goes on with the Anthonys?
Cousin Anthony?
That's my grandfather and.
Oh, it could be the grandfather or
and
cousin Anthony.
Cousin Anthony.
Okay. I want to go grandfather though.
Yeah, it's him. I know it is.
Yeah, because he is a bit more dominant for me. Okay, thank you. And you'd understand that the Ada name, she's saying she passed my birth. I was born in 83. Can you think back to that?
What, did she pass before your birth?
She's saying go around birth, go around my birth. But she's saying year. Not
I don't
my
know what you mean by
birthday.
that. That's me. Hold on.
That's all signaling. Go around her birth, like
My year.
okay, 80,
So
80.
What does that mean exactly?
83
I don't know
is
what happened in 83.
significant to her.
Yeah, she died.
No, she died in 76.
She died in 83.
No, she didn't.
She didn't die in 76.
No, she was 76 years old. Did she really die in
Yeah,
1983?
That's what she says.
Yeah.
I trust them before.
No, I don't remember, honestly.
She died July 29th, 83.
Really?
Yep.
And when you said that just now, she's just said to me, thank God it wasn't your day.
I'm July 12th.
Thank you. Because there's something about not wanting to take that away from the day or have it associated. Right, okay, thank you. And who had the issues? Oh, he's funny. So Dad's back, because everybody just moved out of the way. And he did say that he still is, I am still the great.
Oh, of course.
I am still the great. But I see, and forgive me, but I'm more drawn to you with this, but he says when you don't have to go to his stone for him to hear you.
Wow.
Okay? And you clean it really well, though. It's meticulously maintained.
That might be Aunt Celia cleaning it, but she goes all the time, yeah.
Yeah, but he says, I am with you always. You don't have to go just there. Okay. And Renee, but I'd be correct, the last time that you were there, you also placed flowers for your grandmother. Because I've got carnations that are being placed down next to that I've got to say thank you for.
Oh, wow. I'm like, whew.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just like knowing that he knows I go there.
And not just on his birthday, he's just said. Not just on special days.
No, she goes all the
I
time.
always go.
And what's with the red bird?
Oh my God, the cardinal. So
Oh, wait, hang on. He's just said this is a double. Okay, hang on. So we've got connection red bird. Cardinal, yes. He says yes, but there's also something gratitude for this. Okay, thank you. Why is he wanting me to thank Drew? There's something here because I just said, what is the second link to the red bird?
surprise every time I've been away to get sober, there's always a red cardinal wherever I go. And Drew knows my issues and has spoken to me publicly about it.
Okay. Please know that it wasn't your time, is what he's just said. Okay? I feel you literally. Oh, wow. I just got all chilly. Renee, would I be correct that, I don't know how to say this, but you know I'm from Brooklyn, so it's just going to come out. But could you potentially be on the other side with him? But you're not, because you're not meant to be.
Like right now, or like
I'm supposed to be September 18th last year.
Because he's like,
IOT.
it's not time yet. It's not
IOT, yeah.
time.
And then I just spoke about that with True before.
He was here. He was already here. He's just said I was already here.
Maybe is. Well, I'm glad you're following me.
You know, it's funny too because I just heard a gentleman reference your father. I don't take him as a little man, but why is he referencing him as little man?
His name in his
One of them
was the little guy.
Little guy. Thank you. I've got little man. Little man. And he said to tell you that came from Joey. I don't know who Joey is.
I don't know who Joey is, but
He says pal.
I know exactly who Joe is. Joe.
It could be.
No.
Oh God.
I'm telling you, that's where it came from. We can't. We can't
Yeah,
talk about that.
he just said you understand and I should leave it alone.
Okay, but what was the reference?
That's where he got his nickname.
Oh, he gave it to him.
Yeah, over there.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
I'm not to go
Terrible,
deeper than
terrible
that.
nickname. Tell whoever gave it to him. But go on.
I will
And
leave
he's
that
dead
alone.
too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're
Well, I don't really think
together.
they're chilling together.
Really? They're together.
No, they're not.
Yeah, no, this is, there's been healing. There's
No,
been
I don't believe
forgiveness.
it.
Yeah, there's been
I think you got the wrong Joey.
He had to work hard for it, though. He had to work hard for it, I'm
I'm
not gonna
sorry,
lie.
they're here.
Yeah. Okay.
I just have to say something really quick. So we started out the show and Jennifer's mic was messing up. It was like cracking. So I switched mics with her. And then now we have this little thumping noise like coming through the mics. And I turned it up. It's your mic again. The new mic is still cracking on. You've got some kind of, the energy's coming through and it's, yeah, so I'm gonna turn your mic back on. But if everybody wants to know, I am trying to address it, but I just have to turn off one mic at a time because Jennifer's is just static, even though I switched mics. Like mine isn't making that noise, but okay, but I'm gonna turn it back on now. So sorry, everybody.
Everyone just saw me cry live.
I mean, like that's something new.
Thank you. He's happy that the two of you are getting on. It just sounded so British, getting on. But like the relationship,
Yeah, we didn't talk for about a year and 7 months. So
it wouldn't be, let me put it this way, if he was here, that shit wouldn't fly. Oh, excuse me.
Absolutely.
We're live.
yes,
That wouldn't fly.
absolutely.
Wouldn't fly. Okay, thank you. And forgive me, but he's talking about wanting you to do better in the dating or man category and not returning to the same cycle because this is why the repetition occurs.
Okay, I text my friends before I got here. I know he's going to come through and tell me that he's not happy with my dating choices. I agree.
I mean, who would be?
I agree with you, Dad. If you could kindly send someone.
You wouldn't pick them anyway.
I don't think that he would be the best picker either. So I would like, I'd leave that one
He
alone.
tried to set me up with somebody that was off one time.
He's not going to pick it the right way.
Somebody in our Rumble group said, I wonder if that Joe guy is trying to apologize, maybe.
Oh, they must know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably know what we're talking about.
Because for me, it was a full circle, but the guy Joe had to work very hard to get the respect of your dad back.
I don't even think that's possible. You know,
Things change on
things
the other
happen.
side.
I guess, I don't know.
They're not over
I haven't
here.
been to heaven yet, so
They're not in
I'm
the
not
street.
sure.
They're not in the street, and everybody deserves forgiveness on that side. You got to get it from God first.
And I also need to see this.
I mean, are they in heaven though? That's the other
He
question.
said they were in heaven.
Yeah.
She said
Okay.
they were there.
I don't believe in hell, so
Well, I believe we live it, but okay.
thank you. It's here.
Oh, yeah, it
it's
is.
the physical, not so much the other side. Right, thank you. And he also, who smells him?
I smell him all the time. I smell like him too because of our hair is very oily.
She does.
Yeah.
Very oily. Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't do what I just wanted to do. I literally wanted to sniff her.
Yeah, he had the best head of hair in the whole world. My father.
Oh my God, it's like,
It was gorgeous, thick, jet black hair.
and his tie always matched whatever was in his pocket.
Always.
This is like,
Yep.
But, I feel your mom would have made sure of it if he didn't.
Well, he was colorblind, so my mother always had to make
Oh,
sure.
no wonder.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll take that. Yeah, because he says to me that she would give him the approval. Yeah.
MC.
Yes.
So now the cracking just hopped over to Renee's mic. What would you tell him? We're here, okay?
Yes, we're here. He said it's the bigger female. It's not him.
The bigger
It
female.
was up there?
Yes.
That's my grandmother. Nora, back up.
Ada.
Okay, let's start with Nora.
Hang on a second, though.
It's a bigger
Wait,
female.
there's another female?
Yes. He says not her.
Oh, maybe his mother?
Nope.
They all had
Yeah,
big boobs. Aunt Belinda and Patricia.
Aunt Belinda.
They're all
It could
big
be Aunt
boobs.
Belinda. I wish
It was like-
I hope it's Aunt Belinda.
Does somebody look very much like her?
Renee.
Me?
Because I feel I'm looking at the same or the mirror, but characteristically too.
Yeah.
And forgive me, Renee, she says you're just as stubborn,
Yep.
but she was the same way. So I feel like she's like, I can't really comment because I was the same way. Okay, thank you. Hang
I
on.
wouldn't call her the bigger woman, though.
She was heavy. Not really. She passed, but she was very heavy for a while.
Well, she's cracking the mics right now.
Yeah.
So hi, we hear you.
Oh no, hang on a second. Okay, all of a sudden, this whole area for me is like restricted. This is the female.
But what is she doing?
I feel like there was something here. I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak at the end. Words left
When she
unspoken.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't speak at the end.
I'm going to do something really quick. Caleb's mad at me because it's popping so much.
When she passed, bro.
I'm just going to put one mic between you.
See if that. Okay, we'll
But
see if
just
that
lean
helps.
into it a little bit.
Someone's
We'll see if
cell
that
phone is
helps.
near the cable, probably.
Okay, thank you.
Who couldn't speak when she passed?
Belinda.
Hang on, because you've got like a line going here. Oh, hang on. Nope. So this is, she's saying, she says, I can't believe you don't know it's me. And there's this cackle of a laugh.
Grace Ann.
Cackle.
Grace Ann.
Thank you. Hang on. Was there something wrong also with the leg or issues getting around? Because all of a sudden my legs just got weird.
With the female?
Yeah.
If it's my friend Grace Ann, she was in a bed. She couldn't walk at all.
Yeah, because this is
And she was heavy set.
good for me now. Good for me now.
Yeah, she had cancer of the spine.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I literally felt I couldn't stand up straight. And my frame wouldn't support me.
And if she's laughing like that, it's Grace Ann. That's how she laughs.
It's amazing. The cackle is amazing. Right, thank you. Okay. And she's just said, should I let this one in? And I've got another energy. Wow, you've got a lot of people in spirit. Okay, thank you. So this is a different vibe though. She is not in your first circle for me. So that would reference the first circle being family or like related or blood. For me, this is a second ring. So I need either like in-law or friendship. Okay, thank you. She's also talking to me about, she also could not speak. There's like a lump here. There's a lump here. She said, don't say my name. Don't say it. You were just going to say it. Don't say it. Let me finish. She's bossy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not me, Renee. That's her.
No.
That's her.
Go ahead.
She's bossy. I called the shots. I call the shots. And I call the shots and I pour the shots. I call them and I pour them. That was loud. That was hard. Thank you. Hang on. And she owes a very, I want to get emotional with you. Jenn, yes?
Yeah.
Jenn, you gave her an opportunity to shine. You gave her, I don't get emotional, and people who are watching that know me know that I don't. But the gratitude of you allowing me to be seen and accepted there is an immense amount. I can't thank you enough. And even when it didn't work, you allowed me to try again.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay, hang on.
You guys have to lean into the mic a little bit because it's directional.
Yeah. No,
Turn it towards you while you talk.
I said I know who it is, and I get why she's the bigger girl.
Okay, thank you. Because I also want to talk about the fact that I wouldn't disappoint you, so I came. And I feel I actually left the hospital, or I left treatment, and showed up for you.
Yep.
It's your project.
Yep.
I would never bail. I
Yep.
wouldn't bail.
The reunion.
The reunion, yeah.
Bail. And it's like, she said, I had a scarf on earlier that when I was leaving the house, I was told I needed to wear. And for some reason, I keep looking for it with her. So, and it's inside. So there's something that she would have hid, she's saying.
She had a scar on her neck. She wore a
Like a
thing,
kerchief
a
or
kerchief
something.
towards the end, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And you'd also understand that okay, so we've got an origin of illness, definitely cancer link. Thank you, you can show me. Okay, don't make me feel it, but you can show me. Right, so it would have went here, but she says I'm traveling upwards, affects vision, because my vision just became extremely blurry. And my sister was laying next to me when I passed.
Jeez.
Literally sleeping beside me.
Who is that?
The whole person?
Are we allowed to say a name now?
She's just said, as long as I say big, they can say it.
It's the big one.
Big Ange, obviously. Yeah.
I don't want to say a name. She asked me not to.
You can now.
We can. She said big, we say
Big
Ange.
Ange. Big Ange. Her name was Big Ange. Oh my God, this is real. I can't curse, right?
Yeah. No, you can.
This is fucking bananas. This is like, this is crazy because it's so real because it's like she doesn't know anything. I'm sorry. This is like a lot.
And you can
So was that Big Ange fucking with my mics?
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Because it's
I'm
not
going
that.
back. I'm pushing buttons over here, left and right.
I wonder
And
if it because her voice was raspy.
Well, she had cancer in the throat.
Right, I know. And then it went
To her brain.
Oh,
Well, it was
that
also in the
it?
chest.
Yeah.
okay, so MC, keep going and let me know because I have another guest to bring in, and I think we're changing up the format a little bit. We're going to include her in this conversation
Absolutely.
because I have good intuition on guests.
Okay, so I do want to say, though, that she, in return, is pushing for something you are currently working on.
Thank you, Angela.
Okay?
Oh, please.
Because you deserve it. You deserve it. And I know that, and thank you, this is your father. Oh, they're hilarious.
Oh, God, you have
my
no
God,
idea.
it's so hilarious. They are probably having a party.
The stories that are going between the two of them,
I'm sure.
I could listen all day.
I'm sure.
Could listen all day. But this is interesting, and I don't ever not give what I receive. She wants clarity on where her nickname came from. Okay? She says to me, Melissa, it's not because I was big.
Big, right.
She said, it's because growing up, okay, thank you, there was two of us on the block that shared names. One was little, one was big.
Did she
is
grow up
where
with
the name-
Angela Perano? Because she was little Ange. There was a
There was a friend that she had that she was referred. No, they didn't grow up on the block though.
no, but
Because she came from Brooklyn.
Because there's something about being distinguished, even as a kid, with that reference.
well, I do know that's not how she got. She didn't get the nickname because of her boobs.
boobs?
No, it was
Or
before.
height?
And it was.
Well, her lips.
Child.
It might have been the height, but definitely wasn't anything because she had it since
Childhood.
We'll have
years
to ask
years
Celia.
ago. Yeah,
We'll ask.
Childhood, she says.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
yeah.
Childhood connection to that one. But
But yeah, she was always grateful. That's for sure.
so much gratitude and pushing for this project you're working on.
I'm sure.
She says you're pitching it the wrong way.
Well, then tell me how, Ange. Tell me how.
I wonder if she's referring to the one that's including that person.
Maybe.
I-
Maybe.
Is that the
Because-
second project though.
But there's another one that
Wait.
I'm pitching the wrong way, literally.
Okay, because go ahead.
Yeah, because it's interesting to me that I was going to say it somewhat feels intentional,
What feels intentional?
the way that you're pitching this. Like it's almost the back, you're going in the back way. For some reason, that's how she gives it to me.
Well, we've always gone in
the back way.
Now that you're talking to Ange, it stopped cracking.
I told you,
I'm sorry.
That was her time.
She was
That
trying
was
to get
her.
through, yeah.
That was her. She said I have a big energies to contend with. Big energies to contend with. Right, thank you.
Interesting. Tell her to push for both projects then.
Is one in Florida, Jen?
Um,
Or associates to Florida?
no, not that I
Because-
could think of.
Someone that goes in on this or invests in this or runs this, but not in a physical running way, like a possible showrunner feel. She absolutely feels like there's a different way to go about this, but she's guiding you on it. And the link or the money that goes into this is from someone linked to Florida.
Okay.
I wonder if it's my friend who's been looking to invest in things.
Because it's like, take it up, take it up, take it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I could listen to her.
Give a loser. Wow.
Okay. Do you have any questions quick before I bring in the next guest?
I wanted to know about, you wrote down the lost child?
Yes. So I did feel as though he has a child with him.
Another medium told me that once. Yeah, that it was a miscarried child, yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I don't know if there was
No,
if there was
true.
awareness to it when it happened.
Well, I wasn't born yet. It was before me.
Was that definitely a miscarriage, or could it have been a child that died? A living child that died?
It would have to be after birth for me, though, not like literally into.
Okay.
Like I couldn't take that. It wouldn't resonate with me unless it was still young when it passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, makes me feel a little better. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
My hands are sweating. My palms are sweating. No, my skin's peeling now. I'm dying right now.
No, the
It's
only
all
other
right.
question.
No, it's not my time, and thank you for that.
What else? Does he have
ask
any
him to
advice?
Look over my son more than anything. Look over my son and his children for me, please.
Renee, does somebody cut hair?
Yeah, my mother does it, but not professionally. She's always cutting her hair.
And an R name.
Yeah, her name is Ronnie.
Thank you, because he's laughing. He's like, can somebody like
Stop cutting her hair. We've been telling her that
We've
forever.
been telling her for many years. She thinks she can cut. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
It's a little uneven.
It's very uneven. Yes, very.
A lot of it.
Yes, very uneven. Could
So
you
we
make
have
it grow back.
We have a special surprise. We're going to bring in another guest via Zoom, and she is another psychic medium. I'm going to before I give you any information, though, she's been sitting here and going, I want a psychic reading too. I want to get that first before anything, and I think it's a pretty damn good idea. So let's see if Kaleb can, work this out with my screen and her screen, and
Which person?
and bring in our special guest.
Are we bringing which person?
All right.
He's working on it.
I have two special guests, Susan.
This is what I just heard.
What'd you hear?
There's a few things that could be that.
My son's name is AJ.
That could be
Uh-oh.
that could be
Uh-oh, Caleb's not responding.
could be Jaylene. It could be.
Can you hear me, Susan?
What is that? What is it? Reference?
Willy-nilly on her own for a while.
Is it a person? Could be an initial.
It's my kid. I just asked her to ask him to look over my son, and even though it says J, if you did, it's AJ.
Caleb, are you?
want it to be
While we're chit-chatting over here, are you?
It could be
father-
a J for Justin.
He's following
It could be J for Jennifer.
Hey, Kaleb, can you hear me?
Can be
Did we go
J for
blind?
Jae Rae?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, here we are. Here we are. Okay, we're in. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not facing. So we have a guest here. Does anybody recognize her?
No, but I just wrote something.
Okay, I want to know what you wrote.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
She wrote
She
Jay.
just wrote her name on the
And I
paper,
just said,
and
Renee,
she
you're my witness, and I couldn't give her more on it.
Oh.
So
Oh, okay. This is everybody.
my son.
Interesting.
Welcome our special guest, Jae Rae. Or Ray J.
Welcome.
Wait.
Jae Rae.
Jae Rae. Okay.
Jae Rae. That's my nickname.
I'm sorry, I'm looking now. Okay,
My
so
real
I get it
name is,
backwards, and when I Google her, anyways, she
Yeah.
wants MC to tap into her spirits because she thinks that some of the stuff you said she resonated with while you were talking. You know, I mean, she has a lot of similarities here. So if you would you be willing to do that? Can you do that on Zoom? Or you guys can put your earbuds in.
I don't have one.
Okay, let me get it for you.
I can give you this.
I think this might.
Because then you can really hear her
Oh yeah, you can.
with these. Those you can hear.
Your wires on her mic.
These are Drew's dirty ones.
Okay.
Are we live?
Yeah, we are. So I'm sorry, you guys. I'm
We are live. Yes.
technologically challenged today. I'm only me.
I'm just challenged in general. So you and me both. Wait, is this it right here? This little black thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't get yours. Okay. Stick that in your ear. Wait, let me untangle it first. Wait, look up.
Oh wait. Oh, like a.
Untangle it. So maybe she can you hear MC? Maybe you can talk to Jae Rae while we're doing this.
Jae Rae, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear
I
me?
have you lean into the mic a little bit too.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
I feel like the Verizon
I can hear you. I can totally hear you. Can you hear me?
All the
No.
mics are on.
I think I can hear her.
Can you? Jennifer, can you hear me?
No.
That's to mess around.
I can't.
No.
I think Andrew's in my ear.
Is she in your ear now?
She's in my
I
ear.
hear it. I hear
You
it.
hear it?
Oh, the crackling?
Yeah.
Okay, Kaleb. We can't
Yes.
hear Jae Rae.
So that's no. I'm gonna tell you what that is. So in a minute.
Let me turn up this. Okay, now go. Welcome. Say it
Can you
again.
hear me, everybody? Welcome.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah. I got you now.
Hello, ladies. How are you? How are you? So Jennifer
Very
and
good.
Renee, I know this is very, very crazy that we run in almost identical circles, but my brother is Christian, Joe's best friend.
Okay, all right. Too much information.
is-
Let's go.
which-
Let's wait. Let
which
the
is-
medium go.
Which is why.
Okay,
wait,
do me a
wait, let
favor,
me
Jae Rae.
finish.
Don't.
Let me finish.
Okay.
I didn't
Okay, I
even
won't say
hear her
anything
anyway,
else,
so
but
Okay, yeah. Take.
okay.
So Jae Rae needs you to tap. Apparently, some of the stuff you said was resonating with her. The Florida portion. Jae Rae's in Florida, and right, you're in Florida.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and so so
Yes.
it kind of goes together. But maybe there are people in Florida bringing money. Maybe Jae Rae is going to help you. I don't know, but let's see what MC can do as far as just tapping it, and then I'm going to let you take the stage.
Yes.
Jae Rae, do I have your permission to read for you?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, let me just tap into your loved ones. Oh, she's still here. Angela? Yeah. Okay, hang on.
Big
She's in
Am.
my right ear.
Is she?
Yeah.
What was she saying?
Hang on.
She doesn't like Jae Rae? No. I always worry that something bad's going to happen.
No. Yeah. I don't know that she's done. That's the problem. That Angela's done.
No, she can come back.
That
It's
energy
okay.
is really, it's strong. Okay, let's see. So, Jae Rae, you're originally from Florida?
No.
Because I
Staten
don't
Island.
feel that. Thank you. Because I don't feel you're from Florida.
Lean into the mic a
originally.
little bit for me, too.
Okay, thank you. And you can also understand the younger male energy that would be stepping in as well. So we lose it.
Yes.
You can understand that. Thank you. Okay. And you can understand that there's questions around his passing as well, because I feel that there's still, the dots have not been fully connected, or there is still people who won't take the version of what happened?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's
because
true.
I do feel
Yes.
as though. Okay, thank you. I do feel as though the strong sea around you is very protective. I actually feel like he's responsible for getting you to Florida because you were not supposed to be. I think you would have gotten kind of caught up because he's saying wrong circles with me if you would have stayed up north. You can understand that as well
Yes.
without me getting.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Because I don't want to get too public with this. Okay. Hang on. Thank you.
Well, my life
I
is
do
extremely
wanna see-
public, but at this point, go crazy.
Because I do want to say that I feel someone is has a hand in his passing as well. So I don't feel that he necessarily did this completely. There's a hand in this, is the way I'm receiving it. That there
It was
would be-
it was an overdose. It was an overdose. So
Yeah.
it was an overdose. Yeah.
Thank you. But this was not of intention, is what he's shouting.
No.
He's literally shouting it. This was not my intention. This was not my intention.
You know.
Okay, thank you. Do you have his cap or his baseball hat?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Because he says, "Will you wear the cap?" But he's a bit OCD about his sneakers because I've got to lick my finger and wipe the white Air Force Ones clean. Okay, very specific about this sneaker brand as well.
Sneakers had to be white at all times, along with the shoelaces. Yes. So.
Perfect, because I gotta literally and wipe it. I'm not licking my
Well,
finger.
when you're in
dude,
prison,
so let it go.
When you're in prison long enough,
okay.
you're very meticulous about the way things are.
Okay, thank you. Hang on one second here. And Dad would also be in the spirit world for you as well, or a father
Yes.
figure. Thank you.
Oh, he brought me here today. Trust me, I'm well aware. He brought me here today. For sure.
Yes, because he's responsible for this. He's responsible for the uniting.
Yes.
Today of
Yes.
even us coming together, he says. Okay, thank you. Also, where do I find the name of Tommy or a very strong T? Could be living as well.
So that would be an old friend of his.
Okay. In some way, did that gentleman step up after his passing and assist you in some way? Because I keep hearing, thank you for stepping up. That's my baby.
There was a lot of people, but I would say that one was already passed. So, but there was a lot of people that came forward to make sure that I was good.
Okay. He does have some concern though about. Okay. Do you? Not a doctor putting this out there. Disclaimer. But do you have to watch your blood sugar? Because for some reason, I want you to be very much aware of a sugar intake.
I just had a hysterectomy a year ago. There was a lot of issues, so it definitely, my hormones went a little wacky when I hit 50. So
Okay, but
Join the club.
I didn't get there yet.
You don't want to go there.
Although the hot flash I was picking up from Renee, I don't want to go there.
So I want to do this. So Jae Rae is the reason why she's here. Her father put this sort of idea in my head, but she also grew up in Staten Island, and her father knew your father.
I was going to say there's got to be, I mean, when we originally started to speak, I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So do you want to tell us the connection? Who wants to tell me the connection?
I think it's, you know what it is? Us girls were brought up in such a way where it was like a lot of things just wasn't talked about, especially among people we do not know. So we kind of kept that circle of trust, I think, and I'm still old school that way. That's why a lot of my clients love me the way they love me, and why I've helped so many people over the years. Because I grew up in a world where things were talked about, and then out of the room, nothing was talked about. So I can tell you that our fathers knew each other for a very, very, very long time. My father died in 2000, and it was, my brother is very good friends with our very mutual friend, and that's how, and I was shipped off to Florida, basically, when everything kind of went down. And it was just one of those things. It was one of those things where my father was like, if you're going to do one thing right, you're not going to let her live on Staten Island and raise her children, and she's going to move to Florida, and that's going to be where she goes. And that's
okay.
That's kind of where my brother and I. Yeah.
When we're done with this, could you tell me what we were going to talk about in the very beginning so I could put it in my head?
I'm very confused.
Because I'm so curious, and a name just came up.
Like what? Yeah, I'm curious too, Renee. I'm curious too. Trust me, I didn't know you guys were.
Because the name Joseph just popped up.
Yeah.
My wheels are spinning. Because it like
okay. So I'm going to give this idea. Okay. So my father worked at Howland Hook. He worked on the docks.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely was friends with my dad.
Well,
docks came up for you.
Yes, with Italians.
Yep. I had a dream about docks and wood, like lumber and, parts for like kitchens. And I was, my dad owned a hardware store, so he was in the dream, but I also had like these, and nobody can see me, I'm just on this side mic of the voice of God, but I had like building and a lot of water around. So I know it was, because then it turned into a swimming pool with kids in it. So it kind of was a weird combo. I can remember my dreams really well right now. I don't know why, for some reason.
Yeah. So ladies, let me tell you about how our fathers are always working for us. How our fathers are always protecting us, even from beyond the grave. They're like always making sure their daughters are good. So about 2 weeks ago, I'm just going through some old paperwork, just trying to like clean up. I just got married in March, building another house, just getting rid of old stuff. So I come across a document that if you had a parent that was indicted, you have all the paperwork, you have everything, you keep everything, you hold on to everything. So I open up the document. I'm just weird about it. I'm just like, oh, where did this come from? Have never seen this before. Don't know where this came from. Kind of weird. And it was like my father was trying to tell me something from beyond the grave. And I said, okay, whatever's going on, blah, blah, blah. Make a long story short, I find a receipt. Next thing you know, back in the world that I came from. So I called my brother right away and I said, yo, bro, what's this about? And he goes, yo, sis, maybe you just have to just let it be, and just daddy's maybe just trying to help you out, trying to just somehow make you become good with everything, even with his passing, just because he died so suddenly. He died of an overdose, and it was just tragic. Obviously, that's what it feels like, and it's tragic. He was only 52. And when your father's in and out of prison half your life, it's very difficult to have a relationship with them the way you would like to have a relationship with them, because there's always the bars are between you. So even though the love is there.
Nothing, go ahead. Keep going.
Even though the love is there, it's very difficult to maintain a loving relationship the way you would like to. And mothers are not very good at holding space for the fathers growing up. And a lot of the reason that I do the work that I do now is through the trauma that comes from being in that world. I'm sure you ladies understand what the trauma comes from. And I turned my trauma into healing and separated myself entirely from that existence to help other women go through the process of healing from trauma, especially father trauma, especially going through a world where you are not allowed to talk about this. You were not allowed to talk bad about your parents. Your parents were your parents. It was what it was. It is what it is. And I did my very best to take all of that power and that pain and turn it into power. Being psychic, my father was also a psychic and a medium. And before he died, it was about a week before he died, before he overdosed, we were sitting in my, we lived in New York, Staten Island, and he just looked at me and he said, I used it for the streets. I need you to use it for the good. And that resonated with me. And I was 27 when he died. And from 27 on, I've been working very hard at making sure that nobody ever has to experience that kind of level of pain that us girls had to deal with at a very young age without ever having anyone to talk to about it, because we weren't allowed to talk about the pain. We only were, if that makes any sense, we weren't allowed to talk about it. We always had to make sure things were good, always had to like put on a smile. You always had to make sure, yeah.
Quite ironic. I have a podcast called The Crisis Queen, and the tagline is, I'm not here to make light of your trauma, but to make your trauma feel lighter. So I have, that was like, for me, my existence was to help save somebody else from any type of trauma, not just that world. I experienced it in multitude different ways, but yeah, absolutely. Right. Congratulations on your marriage. I'm sorry about your dad, and good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to you girls, because, when Mob Wives came out, it was very triggering for me in the beginning. I'm being honest with you. It was very triggering to watch, because it was a lifestyle that I know my mother lived. I know that I lived, and I understood it. But at the same time, I also knew I wanted to have my daughters, because I have 2 daughters. I knew I wanted my daughters to live a different life. It didn't mean that that life was bad or good or indifferent. I just knew I wanted them to live an easier life, one that is honest and true for themselves as women, that they could be in power within themselves, who they really are, and not be placed in a position where they had to be strong and they had to do things. I didn't want them to feel they had to do anything. I just wanted them to just be. So that was a decision I made as a mother to daughters, for sure. And that was something I needed to do for me too, as well, because my mother never got the opportunity. She passed a year ago. She never got the opportunity either to fully live the life I think that they could have, but because there was just so much, such a world that you can't even describe. There's just so much that you can't put into words. And I think Jennifer Exposito did a great job with Fresh Kills. I think she did a great job with that movie, explaining what the women go through in that world. I think that no one ever took it from the women's perspective. They glorified the men, but the women.
And Jennifer, I always say she nailed it.
I was 12 years old, or 13 years old, going to MCC like it was nothing, like it was like going to like camp. It was not a bit, and it's traumatizing when you're 18 years old trying to send money to commissary and you're making sure that your father's good, you're making sure everybody's happy, everybody's all right. It's not a process that I would ever choose my kids to want to go down. A road that I know I traveled, that was hard, coming out, halfway houses, making sure everybody's good, making sure they're fed, making sure they have money, making sure it's a world that's very, very, very hard to make people understand, and nothing that I would ever glorify, but I would never change ever in my life would I ever change the life I grew up in, the things my father did or had to do to make me have a great, great life, because he really did his very best. For sure.
For sure. And completely understood.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So I think it's funny how we've come full circle.
You guys like each other.
It's
I'm
like,
so glad you guys got to meet.
Yeah. And we've run so close together, so many circles and so many events, especially, being who I am and what I've been doing for so long in that world, especially in the entertainment business. It's kind of crazy how we never really ended up in the same space together, but ran alongside one another.
You are now. Yeah. And I think I have a feeling that Renee has a question.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I'm
I
going to
feel
tell
like
you
you're-
this,
No,
Jennifer.
no, I'm still trying to figure out a last name right now. So my brain is moving fast. That's what happens. I know I look like it, but I'm just trying, but we could discuss that when we're not on air. So I don't think that.
So
Yeah.
I want to see if Jae Rae, can we do a little
Yes.
medium work for the two?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I was thinking something.
Kind of,
I'm sorry.
are you okay?
Sorry.
Can I just go to the bathroom for one?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, I
No, you could say it.
Tell me.
I just
Let's
have.
wait till you.
No, you could say it. I just gotta touch.
Okay, so when I was
I missed
talking
something.
to you, Jae Rae, when I first met
Yes.
you.
Well, let me put my mic on. When I was talking to you the first time I met you, you mentioned the name Jennifer, and I had another psychic reading like the day before, and somebody mentioned Jennifer as well. So this is Jennifer.
Hi.
I'm going to put the camera more.
Yeah.
I'm so curious as to why I was mentioned in both of your psychic readings.
I'm curious to know, the only thing I can think of, to be honest with you, Jennifer, is, when Mob Wives came out and my brother and obviously mutual friends,
Sure, thanks.
it was definitely brought to my attention that I should do something on Mob Wives. And I was like, no, that's not where I belong anymore, in that world that way. My psychic abilities didn't start at 27. I mean, I've always had the gift since I was a child. It wasn't something that I just came out of nowhere. But the crazy part is when everything was said and done, and even now, when I was watching Fresh Kills, I was thinking just solely about you. And I'm like, why am I thinking about her so much? When we never actually physically met, we've always we have literally the same people in our world, like our orbit.
Right.
And I said, this is crazy. This is something it's definitely being orchestrated from beyond the grave. So when I found that piece of paper and I was reading Exhibit A, Exhibit B, and how you read all the people that are involved, your father's name was in there. And I was like, what is happening? When you're just like, what is happening? What is happening here? What are you trying to do, guys? Because you're definitely creating something here that maybe I'm not noticing, or maybe I'm being naive about. But then this thing happens today, and I'm like, okay, what's happening here? What's going on? No one mentioned a thing to me. No one mentioned anything to me. This was a little like,
Maybe they wanted us to meet. Yeah.
yeah. So I
want to know what's going on here.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I text my brother Christian. I'm like, did you know I was doing a show today with blah blah blah? And he's like, I didn't even know you were doing a show. You do your own thing. I said, he's like, well, just tell Jen I said hello. And I said, all right, I'll tell her.
Which Christian? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, well, she could text Susan the last name.
Oh,
I thought she was going to say it in the beginning of the show.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't. I don't know if she wants to say it publicly.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Thank you, Renee. Yes.
You're very welcome. We still live in the same world. Trust me, I get.
Christian that was friends with Joey from Southgate?
Yes.
Christian? I don't know.
Yes.
Joe Gambino?
Yeah.
Now I got to think. Oh, that would be your friend. That wouldn't be my friend, because you guys are younger than me.
Yeah, I think you and I are the same age, Jen, right? We're both November 73.
I don't want
Jennifer's 35.
I don't talk about my age.
These ladies have no makeup on. They look amazing.
I'm 55.
I don't talk about my age. And quiet.
And I'm 10 plus years older than her.
Yes, perfect. That works.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. So I just think it's just spirit world just kind of coming in and just kind of, I guess, both healing us in a way where we could say, okay, what we experienced was real, and our fathers are real, and they were great people, and they were great men, and they maybe in other worlds glorified, some other worlds maybe not, whatever it is, they were our fathers, and we love them, and we love them for everything that they were to us. And I think that's what this is really going to be about today, is the healing of what it is to be in that world, come out alive, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, to be able to come out alive and be able to talk about it in a way that doesn't seem glorified, in a way that seems that we're okay with everything. no, we're really not. Kind of fucked us up a lot, but at the same time, we were able to turn it into something great. Turned it into Mob Wives. Great for you. You know what I'm saying? Kudos for you that you can create something and make something, you know, and turn that into something that maybe people can stop back and go, wow, okay, this is really a world that existed. It's not fake, it's real. And I think for me, it was a way of teaching people that you could heal from, Yeah,
and it's a world that didn't only affect the men, and that was the purpose of Mob Wives, to kind of share that experience from the wife's perspective or the child's perspective. And to me, it affects the children even more because they didn't choose the life. The wife, most of the time, knew who they were getting when they picked them. You know, the kids, they were born into it and had no choice at all.
Well, let me say that I loved my life and I had no problem with it whatsoever.
No,
even though it brought me tremendous trauma, I still enjoyed my lifestyle. I'm sorry, I did.
It was good, but I want to know what's going on with you two. This is not fair.
Okay,
You're being very secretive.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, so Daddy,
Renee's going to give me a reading.
Daddy said, "I'm sorry for the abuse suffering."
Oh, okay.
So it's something that we could never talk about. My father didn't really know about my domestic violence.
Yes, I want to make it clear that it wasn't him.
No, my father never touched me. He wasn't aware of the extent of my abuse at all. So
He knows now. Renee.
I know he knows.
He knows now.
I should have told him when he was alive.
No, because it wouldn't have been received the same way.
I'm sure.
It would not have been received the same way. And Jae Rae, I have to thank you because when you started to talk about the healing aspect of this is when their dad stepped forward with, and I didn't want to speak over you or interrupt your energy either, but I just kept feeling this apology that came through. And forgive me, but I felt so directed to Renee with it about the apology from the abuse suffered. And this was before you got into your story as well. So I do think that's from both of your dads in that way. I do. Because
I know.
It's not.
I do know.
And it's in more ways than one. And I know those layers are being peeled back as we speak. You know, we're all work in progress, right? That evolution is always continuous. It's what we choose, the free will choice, right? To do what we want with that energy, you know, and to help others. So I'm grateful that you do this work, especially having that experience, because it makes it that much more understandable and relatable, you know? But I can't help but feel like that message was meant for you as well. So I did want to share that.
Thank you. I know my dad, this past year has been very, very big on me talking more about my childhood and my lifestyle and what I grew up around, because I hate to say it, but I think you girls can relate. I felt ashamed by it for a little while because it wasn't something that I felt like it didn't make me who I was, but it made me who I was. Does that make sense?
That's she was embarrassed. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yes, it makes sense.
No,
it definitely makes sense.
And I don't know, Renee, if I was embarrassed. I guess I was more or less, I didn't want to be my mother. If that makes any sense.
Oh,
it was more or less.
Understandable.
Maybe it was more that. I didn't want to be my mother. I didn't want to be naive to it or act naive to it. I wanted to embrace it by knowing exactly what it was, but choosing not to participate.
Right.
And choose a different
Well, I wanted
path.
to be my father, so yeah.
Yes.
I was aiming to be him.
Yeah. As my brother aimed to be mine. Does that make sense? My brother chose that path. He wanted to be my father. So, and he did. Absolutely. He accomplished all the things he wanted to accomplish. And both my brother and I are extremely successful people, financially, emotionally, spiritually. We're both very successful. And I really do give kudos to my father for making us, believe it or not, good human beings, doing the right thing, always doing the right thing, no matter what happens, no matter how tough it could be, you know, and always embracing that portion. And that's why even now talking about this is so vulnerable for me. I've never talked about this ever on air, ever. You girls are the first people I'm talking to. ever on air about this. I have celebrities in the world right now that don't even know who my father was, don't know anything about my life at all. At all. So this is huge that I'm even talking about it.
I think the misconception with the men from that world is where they're really good people. Like, okay, I get what they do on the outside isn't the best, but they do give you morals and they teach you like to respect yourself. I wasn't paying attention all that time though, but they teach you everything you're going to need in life. They do.
Yes.
You know, and
they leave you.
Yeah.
They leave you with a set of tools that is hard to even put into words unless you experienced it. Yeah. A toolbox that you take wherever you go, no matter where you go.
But isn't always a positive toolbox.
Well, there is a hammer in it. That's a positive.
Sometimes the toolbox, you use it in the wrong ways and it could take you in other places.
Yeah, I went a lot of other places.
Well, I think the toolbox, I think you're referencing to, Jenn, is that we could become, loyalty becomes a detriment. We become slavery to the loyalty. And
that for sure.
That's for sure. And I think instead of a hammer, right, my words are a hammer. And I've learned to use my words and through speaking and healing and working through that. So my words are my hammer. So piss me off, I won't tell you to go fuck yourself, but I'll tell you to go fuck yourself in a very nice way that will let you know to never say that again or ever do that again. So that's the way I've used my toolbox.
Fuck you with love and light.
Fuck you with love and light.
I'm going to use that tomorrow.
It's more like bless your heart. That means go fuck yourself. With a smile.
Exactly. I always like to tell this stuff, a whole bunch of fucking starships up your ass, okay? And go take a flight somewhere. But I'm so glad to have met you ladies. I'm glad that our fathers obviously orchestrated this meeting. And I'm happy to, whatever you guys need, always reach out, whatever it is. I know, Jenn, I feel whatever you're trying to do, I do feel it's going to be successful. I do understand what she meant by you're pitching it wrong. I did know exactly what she meant by that. I did. I knew exactly what she meant by that. And we could talk about it and all that, but I knew exactly what she meant by it because immediately they came to me and they were telling me how it has to be pitched and to whom.
Okay. Well, if you know, let me know.
They're still trying to influence their muscle from up there.
Angela's got a pretty good idea, but I'd like to know what they know that I don't.
Yeah. You know what they just said to me? The syllabus of it. The syllabus has to be rewritten. The syllabus is coming off wrong.
What is a syllabus? I don't know.
Thank you, Susan, because I missed that day in class.
So, syllabus is basically the conception or the idea of the show, the motto, the understanding of why it's coming and what this is coming from, the idea.
The meat and meat and potatoes.
Yeah, the meat and potatoes.
Okay. So the conceit.
All right.
Yeah.
Syllabus.
Yeah.
The elevator pitch.
Yeah. Well, that's what they make me send over, okay, Renee? I have to send syllabuses over, okay?
I knew that. No. Yeah. I knew the message could never be for me because my father would never use a word like that for me.
And he's not even using it correctly.
He's talking to somebody who's giving him the word.
Because it's not necessarily a syllabus in the world I'm coming from.
That would be my father. Yeah. My father was the jailhouse college grad. I used to call him the jailhouse college grad. So that would be that's how I used to call him. So, well, ladies, it's been wonderful. I know for us, we're having a hurricane and the wind's picking up outside. So I know it's going to definitely.
Helena's in the Florida tizzy. Helena is my mother-in-law's name too, so it won't be bad. Yeah. It'll be fine.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you, and good luck on that.
Oh, and also, I just want to mention, give everybody Jae Rae's bio, just because, before you go, I want you to tell me if any of this is wrong. But I do like to give our guest a little. Oh shoot! Hold on, I'm opening up my iPad. Okay, she's She works with Hollywood elites, multi-billionaires, and mega celebrities. And she has 2 new ones that she's going to be working with. She works with tarot, astrology, mediumship, and knows how to transform low vibe energy into high vibe living. I love that. And I'm working on that myself. And then one of the ways she does it with her own Jae Rae method, you can read more about it at her website. It's jaeraelive.com. And if you want to hear more from Jae Rae, and we know you will, you'll catch up with her on her podcast, Cup of Jay podcast on Spotify. That's a cute name. I like that.
Yeah,
and then follow her on
started with a cup
Instagram.
of coffee.
Coffee. I love how she
Started
said
with a
that.
cup of coffee in the morning. So
you can follow her on Instagram and YouTube at Jae Rae Live and Facebook Jae Rae. To book a reading with her, please visit her website at jaeraelive.com. So is that everything? Did I get everything? Did I get the right
I think you got
plugs?
everything.
'Cause I wanna make
Everything. You did everything.
Well, I'm glad
Thank
it
you
all
so
worked
much.
out, and I'm glad I manifested this idea and it didn't blow up at the end, and you guys are friends. So that's makes me.
No, it's great. It's great. I'm still curious as to know why people were calling my name for 2 days. Did we get to that?
I know, and I really want. I think before we go, I want Melissa to tune into you just a little bit more before we go, because I think it was just to get your ass over here.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I was busy and I might not have made it. Maybe that's why.
you had a message. They had a message for you.
What was the message?
You got one from Angie and from Daddy. And your syllabus.
And you
In my
still
syllabus, I was tell him I said
I
that.
really, hearing the name Jennifer twice was probably that you were going to be meeting another Jennifer. So Jennifer.
Gotcha.
And it was the same thing that was coming through, like I said, just the last 2 weeks, these crazy little nuances of, like I'd open up TikTok and I saw Renee and I'm like, okay, didn't think nothing of it. Okay, then I open up another thing and it shows you and I'm like, all right, still not getting it, just whatever, just thinking we have mutual friends on Facebook. What's the big deal? Like, it's not a big deal. Like, it was just the last 2 weeks has just been like one door, one message, one thing. It was like, oh God, what is going on here? What's happening? Why is that part of my life coming back to me right now? What is that? Like, what's happening? So.
Gotcha.
And then,
well, we'll
so
revisit that.
That's what I was getting. I know, exactly. Well, listen, nice meeting you, ladies. I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Susan,
Ta-ta, that was brilliant. And have a really
thank you so
wonderful
much.
day. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you,
for
you too.
calling out with Susan Pinsky. So, MC, you get the final word here. And, well, I mean, as far as like spiritually, I don't have that gift, but I want to know, like, in wrapping up, like, if there's anything that you want to just finish with.
I just think it's important to acknowledge the fact that, the healing element of this as well. But also, too, for me, it's like, I think we all, and this more so for your listeners or your viewers right now, like, you may not have the same experiences as these ladies have, but I'm sure there's stuff in your life that has affected you just as deeply, So I think that it's courageous what you both do.
Thank you.
It's courageous. And at the same breath, I think people seeing your stories, and showing the reality of it. Because to me, there's such a vulnerability about both of you, even though I feel that strength, You're very squishy under that strength.
Oh, me? Absolutely. But I believe if I'm not vulnerable, I can't help the next person heal from what I went through or something even worse.
Absolutely, Renee. And I do feel that there's still more healing to come for both of you.
Oh, yeah.
But consciously now. You're
I'm
taking
sober.
it from it. There
you go.
Okay, that works.
Yep.
Because it's sinking in is the way that he's giving it to me.
Yeah, tell him I don't like it. Yeah, no, now I know why I bought the Xanax. No.
I'm with you, sister.
It's just,
Yes.
That's good. So, and on that note, I really appreciate you guys doing this for us. And, it's it's something that's near and dear to my heart because I like to see women come together and find a higher consciousness and help other people. Like you said, Renee, it's really important in these times that we have a higher vibration over the bullshit in the world, and we can somehow maybe manifest a better tomorrow with our love and our light and our energy, like your work energy, your ability to go out in media, your ability to speak the truth of what you've been through traumatically and how you're changing it for the rest of your life, for your grandchildren, for your grandchildren's grandchildren. And having a medium is such a great tool because we're working with somebody who just does this all day long. They find a better tomorrow. Like I'm not going to ask her who she thinks is going to win the election because she's not the one. But yeah, we can manifest whatever's best for the world. And you guys are really like a beacon of light for me. And the fact that you're willing to come and be, a part of my crazy little world. I think it's going to be better received now than it was 10 years ago, but I think it's also like, it's just so obvious that we have a connection to our ancestors in another, maybe they are all aliens now, we're not sure, but are there aliens? Yes, there are parents. They're in the universe.
So.
Absolutely. And I'm waiting patiently because I want to date a man out of this world.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to do the psychic speed dating show with you, Renee.
That's a good one.
So, and I'm Susan Pinsky. I'm sorry I'm not on camera, and I just want to thank everybody on my crew, Kaleb and Robin, and also you can find everything at callingoutshow.com, all the links to all the shows. You can see the previous episode I was on with Renee. And it was good. It was really good. But honestly, her spirits are very strong. As you notice, now the mics aren't popping. And
They went back to party. That's where they left.
Yeah.
that was Ange, okay?
Probably.
She went from this mic that I'm on to that mic.
Yeah, she was trying to get
Jen's
me.
on,
She was
and then she
definitely
was
trying
on
to get me.
Renee's.
She kept saying that Ange kept coming. So
She said the big. She said the big one.
if I could say big, you could say the rest. I mean,
Duh. We were thinking it was your grandmother with the huge boobs, but anyways, but no, it's just really important that we acknowledge Big Ange. Thank you for coming today, and I will be tweeting that out. So, and I hope everybody in the audience, please share if you care, if you want to, be on the show. Call, send me an email at callingout. Kaleb, you got to remind me at drdrew.com, I think, or it could be calling
correct.
out show at drdrew. Calling out at drdrew.com. We are going to be taking, everybody, our fans, and give them psychic readings in the future. And we'll be back next week with Sir Shane Cashman. And we're going to probably talk about all the alien stuff and the
Renee's next husband.
and yes. Is he going to be an alien?
Listen, I don't care what color he is. The more colorful, the better. Just
Okay.
not the big head.
If you're single out there in my audience, you want to find reach out.
My father will come back for you.
And you're
She's only accepting aliens at this time.
That might be the best choice for all of us. But yeah, so anyways, thank you for everybody for this, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And thank you, Kaleb.
Thank you.
Thank
Ta-ta.
you.
I'm excited to bring you a new product, a new supplement, Fatty. I take it. I make Susan take it. My whole family takes it. This comes out of, believe it or not, dolphin research. The Navy maintains a fleet of dolphins, and a brilliant veterinarian recognized that these dolphins sometimes developed a syndrome identical to our Alzheimer's disease. Those dolphins were deficient in a particular fatty acid. She replaced the fatty acid, and they didn't get the Alzheimer's. Humans have the same issue, and we are more deficient in this particular fatty acid than ever before. And a simple replacement of this fatty acid called C15 will help us prevent these syndromes. It's published in a recent journal called Metabolites. It's a new nutritional C15. pentadecanoic acid, it's called. The deficiency that we are developing for C15 creates something called the cellular fragility syndrome. This is the first nutritional deficiency syndrome to be discovered in 75 years and may be affecting us in many ways, and as many as 1 in 3 of us. This is an important breakthrough. Take advantage of it. Go to fatty15.com/Dr. Drew to receive 15% off a 90-day starter kit subscription, or use code Dr. Drew at checkout for that 15% off, or just go to our website, drdrew.com/fatty15.